Section 1.3, we're adding rational numbers today. In example 1, you have fractions. Here's a couple tips to start. Okay, I need no talking, no chatter. Okay? All right, thank you. All right, so before I can add a fraction, what do I need? What do I need? I need to look for the common denominators, okay? So do I have a common denominator? Sorry. Do I have a common denominator in the first expression, negative 8 over 3 plus 5, 6? Do I have a common denominator? No. So I start with the larger denominator, 6. Does 3 go into 6? Yes, okay? And you're going to find in chapter 1, when we're learning integers with fractions, they're not going to give you extremely difficult fractions, okay? Really what we're testing you on is, can you apply the concept of positive and negative numbers to fractions, okay? So go ahead and write that down, negative 8 over 3 plus 5 over 6, okay? Now, when we're establishing our LCD, we're not going to worry about the negative. What would I multiply 8/3 by to get my common denominator?
2.
Do you agree? Is it 2?
Yes.
Yes, it is, okay? So I multiply top and bottom by 2, okay, to get 16 over 6. And then I just bring down the negative. Again, the negative doesn't have anything to do with the conversion. All right? That's going to confuse you if you try to bring that negative in. All right? Now, do I add or subtract the denominators? My rules for fractions, do I ever do anything with the denominators? No. Okay, so if it's negative, the numerator is negative. Okay, so what is, according to our rules, negative 16 plus 5? Negative 11 over 6, or negative 1 and 5, 6. And I will accept either answer. Okay, improper or as a mixed number. I'll accept either answer. All right, so on the one that we're working now, okay, in the second one, we want to convert the mixed number before we add or subtract, before we find the LCD. What is 1 3/8 as an improper fraction? 11 over 8 plus, okay, does anybody know what would I multiply 5/4 by? 2. So just show me that step by 2 over 2. So that turns into 10 over 8. Okay, now go ahead and do the addition. Simplify that expression. All right, what did you get?
Negative 1 over 8.
Wait, why is it negative? Why not positive?
Because negative was larger.
Because 11 was bigger, and I take the sign of the larger number. Okay? Now I want you to do these two problems independently, and then check with your neighbor. Okay? Check for LCD first, and then simplify from there. Pay attention to your signs. Okay, first one, same sign or different? Same. And same denominator. So I don't have to find an LCD. All I have to do is, what's negative 1 plus negative 3?
4 over 2.
Negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. Who got that right? Negative 2. Okay. Now on the second one, I turn my whole number into an improper fraction, and I had to multiply by 2 so that my denominators could be the same. Okay. Now, what is 8 minus 7? 1/2. Who got that one right? Who got that one right? Okay, or maybe just weren't quite finished. Okay, any questions on example 1? Example 2 is decimals. Decimals, though, I am hearing a lot of chatter. Okay, thank you. All right, in example 2, it's decimals, but I still apply the same rules. Same sign, add and keep. different sign, subtract, and take. All right, so on the first one, all right, what do you see here? All right, who says same sign? Same sign. Who says these are same sign? Okay, everybody raise your hand. Yes, they're same sign, okay? So if they're same sign, what do I say? Add their absolute values. 1.5 and 0.75. You are going to add them. Don't be confused though. You're essentially what you're doing here is you're adding their absolute values. What is 1.5 plus 0.75? What is it? 2.25. And what is the sign of my answer? Negative, because I keep the negative. All right? I'm going to give you another one, and I want you to work this one on your own. Okay? This one's very similar to the one that we just worked. Negative 3.3 plus negative 2.7. Same sign or different? Same. Add and keep. Keep my negative. Who got it right? Me. Who got it right? Yay. Awesome. Okay, let's do some more. Okay, now 1.65 plus negative 0.9. Same sign or different? Different. They are different now. So what is my rule? To subtract their absolute values. Remember, we are not using calculators. So I need to use my rules for subtracting decimals. Okay, and my rule for subtracting decimals says I put the larger absolute value on top, 1.65 minus 0.9. Okay, go ahead and subtract them, and then you decide what is the sign of your answer. When we subtracted them, what did you get? What did you get? 0.75. And is my answer positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. Why?
Because the positive is bigger.
Because 1.65 was bigger. All right. Last one for example 2. You're welcome to solve this mental math if you want. A little challenge there. If you want to write it down, that's fine too. I had some last hour say, I can do this mental math, and they got it wrong. Okay, so don't do that. But since there's a whole number, you may be able to just do this in your head. Okay, did we add them together or subtract them?
Subtract.
Subtract. And is my answer positive or negative?
Negative.
Because 5.35 was bigger. All right, last example. Example 3. I need you to turn in your packets to page 20. Turn in your packets to page 20. Example 3, modeling real life. Okay, the table shows the annual profits in millions of an online gaming company from 2013 to 2017. Stop. Okay. Positive numbers represent gains. Negative numbers represent losses. Which statement describes the profit over the 5-year period? Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint here. We're using the table. How many numbers, how many values do I have to combine? How many are there in the table? How many values do I have? 5. I have 5 values. So I need to use the commutative property here. How do you think you would group these numbers so that you could find their overall profit over the 5 years? How do you think you would group them, Kennedy?
We used to group the negative and the positive.
Very good. You group your negatives together and you add and keep. And then you group your positives together and you add and keep, and then you take the difference. So go ahead and add your negatives and keep your negative. Add your positives and keep your positive. All right? Go ahead and do that. All right, so 1.7 and 4.75 is negative 6.45. Are you listening? Okay. Now we take our positives. What did you get for the sum of your positives? Just tell me. 5.7. Okay. And now you have a negative and a positive. So how do you find the difference between them? You subtract and take. Okay, so if you're subtracting, which number goes on top?
Negative 6.45.
Okay, 6.45. We're just worrying about absolute values. And then 5.7. when we subtract them, go ahead and subtract them, and you decide, is my answer positive or negative? Okay, it's going to be 0.75 in the negative, but how much money is that? How much money is $0.75 million? How much is that? You have to move the decimal to the right. Right, correct? $750,000 is $750,000 gain or loss? Loss. So which letter is correct? D. D. Loss. So it's letter D. Letter D. All right. Is this business profitable? No. No. Is this business going out of business? Yes. Yes, and quick. Okay, so hopefully they didn't invest their parents' inheritance or anything like that. All right. Okay, guys. If there's no other questions, that's everything you need to know for section 1.3.